This is the next episode of Telling an Inconceivable Story, episode 13. This isn't the episode that I was previously working on. I feel like that I need some more time to work on that one. So I thought for this episode I would just talk about Bobby and how difficult it is when I'm dealing with him about his lack of empathy or sensitivity to other people's feelings or emotions, things like that. Bobby has a tendency to not care about other people, especially me, but also his mom. He only lives for what he wants and what he wants to do. And I've talked about how he has a routine that he does every day, every single day. It basically is that he gets up and he fixes his coffee and he rushes to the computer to see if there's any work whatsoever that he can do. If there's work, he works diligently all day. He will literally sit there for hours upon hours and do work all day long. If there's no work, he will scan the internet, look at YouTube, do whatever. But he always looks back to see if there's anything that pops up whatsoever that he can do to stay ahead of the game. And I've said this before. It's not something I haven't already mentioned. But it's difficult because, for instance, I sleep in the living room. I sleep on the couch with my dog. And this is where I've been, like literally 5 feet from him ever since I moved in with him. And it's hard to have privacy. It's hard to wake up in the morning just like many other people. You get up, you use the bathroom, I take my dog out, I take my medicine, and if I've had a rough night, it is what it is. I try to get a little bit of extra shut-eye, but it's not easy, especially when you are dealing with somebody that they have this routine and it's like they're possessed to carry it out. They can't even acknowledge that there's anybody else in the room. They're just focused on getting up, drinking coffee, working, or even not working and just watching a video. And then they'll eat their breakfast and they'll go back to the computer, and it's just a constant day in, day out thing. Basically, he'll eat his lunch and he'll fix tea and he'll just stay focused on sitting at the computer all day long. And then in the evening, he'll go to bed. But he has to do it. There's no way around it. And even though it's challenging, and I barely have time to rub the sleep out of my eye. I have gotten used to it. There's no way around it. We've had discussion after discussion, and sometimes I think I'm wasting my breath because he's never going to change. He is obsessed with doing what he wants to do when he wants to do it and not caring about anything else. I can remember when I first moved in, before his mom had gone to the nursing home, and the housekeeper was still coming. And I remember he got up and I said, "Are you going to fix your mom breakfast or get her medicine?" And he kind of shrugged and he said, "Well, the housekeeper will be here pretty soon. She'll get it." Because his main focus was to fix his coffee and sit down, not to do one single other thing. And that was over a year ago, and it's still that way today. Nothing has changed. It doesn't matter that we've had discussions about him caring for the feelings of others, especially like me. He just doesn't see it. It's like in his head, he's like, "Well, I slept at night and I'm up and it's daylight and it's time to get up and I've got to get my coffee and I've got to get in front of the computer." There's no way around it. And I feel like it doesn't do any good for me to say anything more than I've done in the past, because he's never going to see it otherwise. He'll say, "Oh, I'm sorry. I should have given you time to get up, or I should have waited a moment and made sure you were actually awake." That doesn't matter. And I'm awake now, as you can tell. I'm talking. So it's okay. I'm awake, and I just still struggle with it, that he has no ability whatsoever to care. It still bothers me even to this day. But there's nothing I can do about it. I just have to wake up and focus on my day and putting one foot in front of the other and getting things done around the house. And then this afternoon I'll go babysit my grandson, and I'll be gone for a whole 24 hours. I will be out of this house. And he will be doing the same routine as he always does. This is his life. Probably for the rest of his life. His life consists of a small routine bubble, or cocoon is what I usually call it, that he has made for himself. And nothing else matters to him except doing the same thing over and over and over again. Like I said, it does bother me that he is how he is. Because I feel like when we talk about it, that some of his issues fall in the category of being a sociopath or a psychopath. I don't know what all his issues are. I know he's autistic. I get that. But I know that there's something else there. Whether it's being a sociopath or not, I don't know. I know that some of his issues cross over into different things, and mental health is just not my forte in nursing. I don't actually know what's truly wrong with him, other than he has no perception of caring or empathy or being sensitive to other people's feelings or emotions. And it's hurtful. It is. It's disparaging for me to feel like it doesn't matter. There's nothing that matters to him except what he wants. We had a discussion last night, unfortunately, that he gets irritated when I want to talk about something or show him something having to do with chores or something simple. And he just wants to hurry through it. It's like there's no reason to hurry through it. There's no reason not to care about what I'm saying. I'm doing it in a normal kind of instructional way of telling him how I would like for this to be done. And I'm telling him why I do it this way. I watched him, and I could tell that he was put out by what we were doing. By the way, we were breaking down boxes. But it just put him out that we were discussing trash and compacting and how or why I did certain things. And I said to him, I know that irritated you. I could tell, because when you started ripping the boxes up, it was like, okay, she's showing me how to break down a box. This is stupid. I'll just rip it up and then it's flat. And yeah, that's true. Doesn't matter if you break them down the correct way or you shred them with your hands. They're still flattened. I get that. But it was like he didn't want to wait. He just wanted to get it over with and get back to his chair. And when it was done and over with, I said, I get how you think. You think I don't, but I do. But what was the hurry to get back to your chair? After all, yesterday was Sunday. Today is Monday. And there was nothing going on. It was just me and him. It was the end of the day. It was meaningless that I took him away from his chair because there was nothing for him to do once he got back in the chair. And he's like that. And I still struggle with that because I feel like him not caring about things and being self-serving about things. He only cares for what he cares for, and everything else doesn't matter. And it's like a repeating issue that I think matters more to me than definitely that it does to him. He may never change. He may be like this for the rest of his life. I don't think he'll ever change. I think it's more like I just have to get used to it. I just have to learn that it doesn't matter, that he can't care about other people, including me, that it's just something that he doesn't have in him. But it's hurtful, and I do think it's possibly a real concern of mine. You know, I don't know what it means if he is a sociopath or a psychopath. I don't know. I don't see him changing. It's been over a year, and we've had numerous conversations about his indifference. But anyway, I'm going to stop here. I kind of used this episode as a filler, and I'm sorry about that. Like I said, there's one coming up that I truly wanted to focus on. So thanks for listening, and please continue to.